Good morning, welcome to Spud Sanctuary. This is your host, Big Potato. We are starting a new series on Grim Dawn, and this series will be a solo self-found, not hardcore, because I die a lot in this game, and this will be a new character with nothing, just like a new player would have started playing this game. And called Aether Pets. Okay, I'm just going to call it Aether Pets. This is going to be a somewhat newbie friendly. It does require a little bit of knowledge in terms of the conversion, how it works in Grim Dawn. But generally it is on the easier end. One, because it's a pet build. Two, the conversion is not that confusing on this build. And let's start the game first, and we'll go through the build as we play along. For those who want to start an Aether Pet as you're watching this video, feel free to do so, and let me know how you go, what you experiencing in terms of this build. Alright, we're starting. We get rescued by Captain Bourbon and the group. I like to zoom out the camera a little bit on the pet build Sorry. Yeah, so we're just gonna quickly skip through the story. So I like to zoom out a little bit on the pet build because the pets do take up quite a bit of space around you, especially if you have a lot of skeletons around you.
You're not looking the
what did I click? There we go. Alright. So I try to not turn the camera as much as I can. I don't normally turn the camera. So let's see, there should be something on here. This one should do more damage. Yep, alright. Let's find something to kill first and get a level up. Alright, there we go. That's more like it. There we go. It's a level up. Ow. Okay. So the first level, we get a choice. Now, the choice is between a shaman and a necromancer. Now, unfortunately, one of the monster infrequent, the amulet, I do want to farm it rather than doing the vendor trick. I do prefer to farm it and see what drops off my enemies. So if you go into a necromancer first, that'll lock out that option. Because of a faction choice, you get locked out of being able to join Kaiman's Chosen. So I'm gonna make my life a little bit harder by going through Shaman first. And of course, if you go through a Necromancer, you can go into Skeleton straight away, and that'll pretty kill all the way up to like Logorian, right? You can just become a walking simulator. Alright, but because of the life choices I want to make, and it is going to become a little bit difficult for me to play through this. But feel free, if you want to just go through Necromancer, go ahead. Alright, I'm going to go through Shaman. And for Shaman, I'm going to go rush for the Brianthorn straight away. Alright. So I'm not going to waste anything, any devotion point. I'm just going to, kill these dudes. Then we're going to walk up. Okay, I'm going to check for the two-hander, because that just makes my life a little bit easier. Alright. Is a roadblock? No, it's not. Alright, cool. We can head up here. Oh, there's fights in here. So this corpse right here. So where are we? We're coming out of the town. This is the house right here. This always comes with this sword. That comes with bleed damage. That's very strange. Okay, we can put it on straight away. And now we have a two-hander. We can whack things a lot more easily. Look, we should like just one shot, one kill, right? All right, this should make our leveling experience, leveling time a lot less. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because there's a bit of free experience just in this house. Alright. So there we go, on this corpse. Now this corpse also has a guaranteed drop of Francis's gun. This gun is also very good if you have like fire damage, you want to do a pistol, one-hander. It's fantastic for the like next 5-6 levels, I will say. Okay, leveled up into the mastery bar. I'm just gonna put 1 into Bodrogan's Pact, so I do get a bit more physical damage and a bit of regen. The health regen is very good in this game at the beginning. Later on it does sort of fall off unless you like it's ultra focused on the... Oh, hey, don't run away from me. There's another book. All the lore in here you can read, but they do all give you a bit of experience. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're gonna read that and get a bit of experience. Kill everything. There's something gonna come up. There we go. There's the first sort of boss on this area. You can see like he doesn't really stand a chance if you know he's coming. What dangerous thing about him is when he comes out and he does this like extend his arm like a yawning kind of animation. Yeah, that takes about a couple seconds for him to do. But once he finishes doing that, he's gonna start charging towards you. Alright, I'm gonna just chop down all the eyes. And there's a bunch of dudes in here, so it's just free experience. Like, as you level up, your enemies will start level up a little bit as well. There's a bit of scaling. But once they spawn, they no longer level up, so they're fixed leveling. They fixed the level. Oh, hold on. Oh, there's a fight. Hold on. No, you're my experience. Uh-oh. Alright, leveled up as well. I'm just gonna clear out the space. There we go. Alright, so we leveled up. 3 points into the mastery. And the next level, we are going to get the Bryathon, which is our first pet. Okay, here's Faldus. He's your first, pretty much your first quest. And he said, alright, I'm gonna send you back into Devil's Crossing. There's even more fights here. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. Okay. No, don't do that. Don't fight amongst yourselves. I'm looking for scraps because I need to hit 4 scraps. There we go. See, the sword also shoots out a lightning. Now, this is your first waypoint. They call it the Rift. That's basically a waypoint from Diablo 2. Oh, sorry, my arm just twitched. Alright, I'm gonna walk up here. There's a bunch of dudes that climbs out of the ground. So this is a cemetery. This is Burial Hill. This is where basically people buried their bodies, and you know, in ore, old-fashioned, you know, RPG. That's where all the bad things starts to happen. Not the origin, but you know, that's where dead people starts to climbing out, and then you're finding out there's a mastermind behind it. That's pretty much that story in Grim Dawn. Okay, we got 4 scraps. This is one of another quest that you will need. You will need 5 scraps. Now we only need up to 4 scraps because the folders that we just saved, he's gonna give you 1 more. So you're gonna get the 5th scrap later on very soon. Okay. Alright. Kill those things, you get the crystals. So at the first, alright, there we go, we just leveled up. Excellent. So, our first pet. I'm gonna put it on 9 because I don't expect it to die too often, because he's gonna be the main focus of leveling up. And he is going to start doing a lot more damage than he does now. He's like pathetic, a little bit pathetic at the moment. Like he doesn't really kill. He does have an AoE attack though. Like he swipes, so he's a little bit better than the Hellhound. If you know the Hellhound from the Occultist, when you first get the Hellhound, it's absolutely useless because he only hits one target. Look, at least the Briarthorn comes with a swipe, like a cleave, right? All right, and a little bit of bleed too. Alright, we are going to just clear out a little bit first, and then we're going to focus fire on this boss, the Kizok. This is basically the second boss. You can say he's the tutorial boss. You can see our Briarthorn is not really losing health on the left top corner of the screen. Yeah, so he's pretty strong. You don't have to worry about him. He's just like a free DPS that you have. Alright, just check the bodies around here. There might be some yellow gears, white gears. Anything that helps with damage is really good at this point of the game. Alright, now. Alright, let's just kill those crystals, grab some crystals, and clear out the area. This is the other mechanic of the game, so what we are here for is this thing. It's called a Ruined Shrine. It asks for a particularly like a material here somewhere, and then there's 2 more slots. Later on you're gonna add some might ask 3 or 2. You just offer it to it. It'll automatically it'll automatically pick out the material that it requires from both your inventory here or from your stash. So you don't have to really have it in your bag. You can have it in your stash and it will pick it out if you have it. So it requires an Aether crystal. There we go. We offer it, and it gets cleansed. You can see this is the cleansed and view of the shrine. There we go. It's all fixed up. Alright, and we got a couple gears. We're gonna go back and fix all of our gears. Now that's it. We are going to head back to town. So what does the shrine give you? The shrine gives you the devotion. The devotion is a bit daunting at the start, just like Path of Exile passives, but it's once you get used to it, it's really simple. You just look at what you want to get, and you pick what's missing. So the first one that I want to get into is the Shepherd's Crook, and this one says affinity requirement 1 purple. Right, it has a purple like a man reaching out his arm. Or a woman reaching out his arm, her arm, doesn't matter. So I want to get that, but I only have 1 point available, so I need to give it 1 purple. You begin on the crossroad, and you can pick one of the 5 colors. Now you can pick 1 purple, and boom, anything that requires 1 purple lights up. Now you can go into these constellations. So we're gonna work every time we get restore a shrine. We're gonna get 1 point into the crook and get this point. Alright, so that's simple and easy. Alright, turning the quest for Bourbon. We're gonna say, alright, I'm gonna help you. He wants some crystals. So alright, sure, no worries. Now he actually give you 1 point in like 1 extra skill point. So that's actually a very good quest to turn in. Alright, this dude wants me to put down some other dudes. We say okay. Now can we fix up some gears? We also have some attributes. We got 5 points now. I'm just gonna put all 5 points into the physique. Let me close that out. Okay. Oh, no, don't sell it off. Okay, I'm just gonna put on some preliminary gear first and see if they are better. Now at the start, you're looking for resistance. Actually, in this game, you're always looking for resistance and physique. So is this doing more damage? It actually is doing more damage. Actually, we don't need to worry about our damage anymore. So 10% cunning versus some defensive ability. I think defensive ability is good. Cunning, not really that important. On our chest, we're also looking for defensive abilities. So we don't really have an energy problem, so spirit energy is not that useful to us. Ether damage, it does have a lot of armor, so that's pretty good. I might opt for more armor. And then that's it, I think, and then I will sell everything else. Boom. And we are left with, these are called components. You can put it onto your weapons and all your armor slots to increase your combat abilities. At the moment we don't need to, because we're gonna rely on our pets. So we're gonna go into the town. He's like, alright, captain says you can go inside. Alright, cool, no problems, a bit of experience. Remember folders? He's right here. He's like, oh, thanks for saving me. And he gives us an extra scrap. Alright, let's say pick up this quest. We're gonna visit one last person up here. And greetings, that's child. Our Sadina. She was the one that sets down these the seal and captured us at the beginning of the story. Now just gonna check. You can see there's nothing in our stash. Absolutely nothing in, oh, I don't want to put things in there. Oopsie. Okay, so there's nothing in our stash in our transfer. So this is our stash. Alright, let's go talk to Barnabas. Barnabas is the guy next to the water. So if we stand here and look at the... See, this is the water pump is not working. So he's like, oh, it's not working because the windmill... See, the windmill is broken. It's not really spinning.
The captain send you over?
Alright, we just say, is this enough... Alright, give him the scrap. But the scrap fixes the windmill. So this is the graphics update. But the water that's pumping out is green. So that's not healthy. We're not going to drink that water. So there's some problems. So Barnabas says, you gotta help me out. Alright, we leveled up again. From here, we leveled up twice. So what you can do is, I normally would like to do is just get an extra pet. This is a permanent pet that never ever dies, never ever takes damage. It's sort of just a random thing that floats around you. The good thing about winged devils, they are really good at proccing skills and devotion points and all that. Okay, so we will use them for the time being, and I'm just gonna pump all my points into Briathon for now because I am not important. Oh, that takes a lot of energy out, doesn't it? Alright, and some winged devils. So these are the winged devils. They're just gonna float around. Okay, Barnabas tells us to go down the trapdoor and go help him out. Alright, let's go. Yep, see, there we go. He's one-shotting everything now. I mean, you can also balance it out, like give it a few points, push up the bar. You can do that too. I just like to get something over and done with first. See, like, your winged devils actually do a little bit of damage, but your Briathorn will come up and just completely demolish them. I don't really need to hit them. This is probably like a good time to switch out of your one-hander and moving to a... switch out of the two-hander and moving to like some sort of a shield or something for you to stay alive a little bit better, a little bit, build up a bit more defenses. I mean, your enemy are not doing that much damage for the time being, but they will start to hurt you. So now this is like a walking simulator while your Briathorn is like killing everything. There's another gun. Also a gun might be, you know, useful as well, because you then shoot instead of walking into danger. Brython is absolutely murdering them. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna finish off some straddlers. Everything's good. We're almost leveled up too. So helping Barnabas clear out everything down here. There's something there. Oh, combat pants. It is better. Yes, it's got more armor. It's alright, doesn't matter. And what's this? Yeah, no, that's okay. I like the defensive ability. There we go, we leveled up. Oh, improvised. There we go, a slick necklace. Now don't sell these. These are quest items. You need 3 of those, and they only drop off from the slick mages, slith mages. So, alright, we leveled up. I'm just gonna put 3 points into the Brython. Yeah, I still have enough energy to summon them. Both points into physique, so then we have enough health to stay alive a little bit more. This is some, I guess it's a criticism on the game dev of this game, is the stats. I guess it's ARPG in general that the stats tend to be defensive orientated. Very, very important, because doesn't matter if you do a lot of damage, if you die, you're not dealing any damage. So a lot of the things are putting stats into, basically by default, into physique. You're not having any other choices. Oh, that's a good prefix. That's a good suffix. So I'm holding onto a shield for one hand, but these boots, it says 7% movement speed. That means we can just move faster. We can already feel that we are moving faster. That means we can finish the game faster, and that is very, very nice. That's a very nice boot. Walking speed is really good. Alright, we can see there's another shrine, but we have a boss mob. This is pretty much another tutorial boss, but I think you can see our Brython is pretty much just murdering it. Look at that. Look at the life. It's dead already. Done. And we get a ring for that. We get some extra loots. It also requires, so this shrine also need a Aether crystal. Boom. And I like to see if there's any more Sliss mages. No, there isn't. Okay. We're just gonna head back. Alright, I'm gonna head back town. Sorry, how I head back town is I open up the map, and it'll generally look like that once you are outside of the town, and you can just click whichever portal you want to head into. The other way is you can, there is a portal button, I don't actually know, oh there we go, there's a rift travel which is bound to L by default. You can press L and it will open up like a town portal thing. You can open it anywhere, so you can also do that, and then touching it also opens up the same view. Okay, we're gonna have a look at, oh, we got a gun, that's alright. So what we can do is once we have enough stats, we can switch out. Oh, this also have pet bonus. I might use this one instead of the shield. We'll have to have the look. Okay, let's check out what we got. 45 armor seems pretty good. This is no need. I'm gonna keep some of the rings because the only thing that's missing is just level 9. So we're almost level 9. We can have some good resistance off the ring. This one plus 9 pen. Oh, that's also very good. These gears, nope. Oh, yeah, I like the plus 7% speed. That's actually really nice. Especially with pet builds. Because pet builds in the first normal difficulty, you pretty much just walk through the entire content. So you actually, the walking is very significant bonus to whatever you want to do. This is 10 armor. It's pretty good. It's got defensive ability and 10 armor, so I'm gonna put on the defense. The rest of them is okay. I would Some of these have like individual fire resistance, lightning resistance. If you get elemental resistance, it covers all three, so I'm not too fussed about getting individual one. And especially at the beginning, it's not too detrimental for not having enough resistances, but it's good to get into a habit of grabbing more resistances. Alright, I'm gonna tell Barnabas everything is fine. We got a level up, and also graciously he given up an extra backspace right here. So what do we need for these ones? Okay, we actually need some stats. We need 83 cunning, and we need 88. I might use the book. The book looks better. I'm just gonna push on the bar this time because I have some gears that requires a bit more stats. Now the extra stats that I get straight into physique. We don't care. Alright, also we can put on a ring. And next we're gonna talk to Mr. Bourbon here. And he says, alright, you gotta find out what's happening in Burwich. Alright, so he says everything is coming out of them. Clean our bag. We no longer need a two-hander. Alright, so by this point you should have pretty much how many? There's 13 points here plus 12, so you should have 25 points already, skill points into your mastery. And by now, if you're going through necromancers, you should have maxed out your initial race skeleton skill as well, and probably working on undead army to get more skeletons. Now we also should have 2 devotion points. Now we have an extra one that's here. Remember, we're gonna focus on getting this shepherd's call skill. It's we're gonna work our way through this constellation. The 1 point is here. We're gonna put it in there. So the star that's the shining the brightest is the one that you can click on, and once that's clicked on, it becomes yellow or golden. Then the next one will become shining the brightest. So you can see these ones you can also do. Now this one's very much for the pets. This is a very core skill for the pets. Unfortunately, we have no skills to attach to it, but we will click on one when we get there. Okay, so this concludes the episode 1 of this build, and I hope you like it. Next episode, we're gonna work our way into, you know, the White Mire, the Foggy Banks, and preferably go to the Burwich outskirt. So I hope you like this show, and I try to keep these videos a little bit shorter than normal and get it done quickly. So I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.